So we will just move into this. So this is should be relatively quick. Basically, in the conference closing, just want to recap a little bit of what happened, and then give some awards. So we have awards for demos for the Student Innovation Contest, and then we will do a little bit of a thank you, especially for our organizing committee who did just a crazy amount of work. Essentially, I'm kind of thinking this is we're going to roll the credits for the conference. But when we start the credits, just like every MCU film you've seen, you have to wait till the end because we have a special post-credit scene announcing the next UIST 2022 conference. So first I wanted to start just really quick with who is here. So I showed pretty much the same slide in the opening, but I will point out that in the first slide, I believe I said there were 508 attendees. We actually ended up with 565. So like 60 new registrations since the beginning of the conference. I'm going to guess that that's a record. Just a really incredible growth in attendees. And I mean, I understand, I guess it's virtual, doesn't quite maybe cost as much. You don't have to go anywhere. So, you know, I understand people registering a little bit later perhaps, but that was a little bit of a surprise. Definitely helped our budget quite a lot. So that was an interesting occurrence. Also, we have some fun stats from Discord. Also, we have some stats from Zoom. We haven't completely processed yet, in part because, of course, you know, sessions are just ending, and so we can't get stats from everything yet. But I thought it was interesting. You know, we begin to see an uptick in our Discord membership, even starting when the preprints became available, which was on August 20th, and then really kicking up into a nice little hockey stick curve here to the start of the conference. Seeing this graph and wishing that we were back in the late 90s. I could probably show this to some venture capitalists back then and get a couple $1 million for UIST going forward. But definitely it's great to see how many people joined. You know, we see we were pretty close on the Discord attendee numbers from 2020 to 2021. It does look like a lot of people probably made new accounts for 2021, even though it's the same server, but it is what it is. And then this is a graph showing basically the amount of communication, the amount of visitors who are visiting and the amount of people who were talking. And obviously, I mean, you can see that it begins to bump up a little bit, starting with the release of the preprints on the 20th, but obviously really bumping up during the conference. Glad everyone was interacting, and I hope those interactions were valuable. So what else happened at the conference? And so I have stolen a lot of screenshots from Twitter feeds. So hopefully, since you put it on Twitter, you're going to be okay if it shows up in the closing. The conference started off with the Doctoral Symposium. I mean, this obviously was mentioned. We didn't really have it on the schedule because it was an event primarily for the folks participating in the Doctoral Symposium. You can see all their names in the index in the online program. This is a screenshot I'm assuming Vidya took because she's not in it, of the Doctoral Symposium. You can tell that it was a very serious event. Everyone is very serious in this picture, but I'm sure that it was going very well and everyone was very engaged in what's happening. Also, a lot of people engaged with the content in advance of the conference. This is a picture from, I think, Pedro Lopez's lab at the University of Chicago, where they were viewing the paper previews and the lightning talks in advance. I also loved this picture I found of announcing a best paper award that same team won. And you can see a whole range of reactions from, elation to stunned. So that was very fun to see. Also, people experienced the conference in very different ways. Someone watched the opening keynote. Doha watched the opening keynote while eating a lobster. I have to say I would not eat a lobster that close to my laptop, but but glad you were able to enjoy yourself while the opening was going on. Also, that second picture, which may be hard to tell, is a projection of the talk being given on a large screen outside. So definitely people found different ways to enjoy the conference. And I hope in that latter case, their neighbors also enjoyed UIST. we should figure out a way to get some additional registration revenue from that, I think. Also, some very good for these were both for the vision talks from Nick Marquardt and someone else. I apologize. It probably says on one of the slides, but I don't see it right now. Of kind of visual note taking of the visions talks. I thought these were super cool. You can find these on Twitter. Very cool to look at. Also, a lot of people had fun in the OEA social rooms. I saw a number of comments that said people really enjoyed OEA for socializing. And I pulled some of these from Discord, pulled some of these from Twitter, but I'm glad you enjoyed that. And you know, if we do a virtual conference again, I hope we will make use of this or a similar platform. And then finally, I think demos, certainly, I thought the demos were really great. Poster sessions throughout the conference. Lots of great pictures of people giving demos. I love this picture as well from the Student Innovation Contest of the robots that were drawing on the UIST logo. And another, I can't tell if this is a Student Innovation Contest or a demo, but I think it's a demo. In any case, another fun demo that was going on as well. So I hope you all enjoyed the conference. Seems like a lot of people have a lot of fun. We are now going to move into awards. And first, before we get into the demo and student innovation contest, I just want to recognize all the people who had become awesome attendees of the conference. Jeff Bigham was the first, but you all followed his lead and got the very cool orange diamond logo next to your name in Discord. I think that will continue going forward. So the server will stay up. You get to have your orange diamond in perpetuity. So enjoy that. Thank you for participating. And also, I think, as we said somewhere in the scavenger hunt information, we are going to also send each of you a fun little UIST gift. I think I put this on Twitter a little bit ago. You should expect receiving that gift to fall on the same timeline as the Hello Kitty from Kai, which is to say that it will be a little while until you get it, but we will figure that out and probably have to get addresses from you and things like that at some point. But thank you for engaging in the scavenger hunt and becoming awesome attendees. All right, so now we're going to go to the best demo awards, and Jun Nishida and Alex Ion are going to present those. Jun, I think you're here.
Hi, this is Demo Co-Chair Jun Nishida from UChicago and Alexandra Ion from CMU. First, we would like to thank all demo presenters for their wonderful presentations. And we also would like to thank our fantastic demo juries. We had 12 jury members and each demo received 4 scores. We also received your votes from the People's Choice Award. Right, and People's Choice Award goes to demonstrating dexterance, achieving dexterity in electrical muscle stimulation by combining it with brakes, presented by Romain Nith and Shangyuan Tan, Pengyu Ri, Yujie Tao, Pedro Lopez. Congratulations.
All right, so now we're moving on to the jury votes in terms of, so we have 2 honorable mention awards. The first one goes to Demonstrating Trustillator, a system for fabricating human-scale, human-powered oscillating devices. That was presented by Robert Kovac, Lukas Rambold, Lukas Fritsche, Dominic Meyer, Jotaro Shigeyama, Shohei Katakura, Ran Zhang, and Patrick Bodish. Congratulations. And we also have a second honorable mention award, which goes to Open NFC Sense, an open source library for NFC Sense, presented by Ronghang Liang. Congratulations.
And lastly, the best demo award goes to altering perceived softness of real rigid objects by restricting fingerpad deformation, presented by Yujie Tao and Shangyuan Tan, Pedro Lopez. Congratulations. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you all for presenting wonderful demos. and looking forward to seeing your demos next year as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, June and Alexandra. All right, so next we are moving to the Student Innovation Contest Awards. And I think Rio should be here to present this.
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Cool. Great. Hi, so I'm Rio Suzuki from University of Calgary and Nick Marquardt from UCL, University of College London. So we are student innovation contest here. And since Nick is not available today, so I'm gonna present the student innovation contest awards on behalf of the SIT chair. So first of all, I'd like to highlight, our fantastic sponsor, who is Sony Interactive Entertainment, Toyo team. So especially Akichika Tanaka from Sony Interactive Entertainment, and then Alexei Andreev from Sony CSL, who were actually the inventor of Toyo robots, and who gave the Toyo robots to the all teams for free for the sponsoring. So I really appreciate it. And we also really appreciate a fantastic student innovation contest jury, who includes Ken Nakagaki from University of Chicago, Jindong Yang from Dartmouth College, Balkri Savage from University of Copenhagen, and Lin Yao from Carnegie Mellon University. So we basically have six categories, three categories of the awards. One is the public choice, and another one is the jury-based, and the Toyo team. So the first one is a people choice award honorable mention, so which goes to inter-reality robot interaction made by Adil Rahman and Muhammad Ashikar Rahman Azim from University of Virginia. So congratulations. And then the people choice best award goes to lineup projection-based AI language learning system made by Hong Ye from Politecnico di Milano and Intin Piao from KAIST. Congratulations. Okay, then the jury choice best student innovation contest award honorable mention goes to Bird's Eye, breaking out of the Twitter echo chamber with multi-robot interfaces made by Shenchen Zhang and Ji Kuan Wang from Tongji University. Congratulations. And then the best student innovation contest award goes to Swarm Fabrication, deconfigurable 3D printers and the drawing toolers made of Swarm robots, made by Sami Fardian from University of Calgary and Hiroki Kaimoto from the University of Tokyo. Congratulations. And then the best toy award honorable mention judged by Toyo team goes to Vigorous Monster for sedentary outwork, made by Xiang Yu and Shuman Zhang from Technology University of Eindhoven. Congratulations. And finally, the best toy award goes to Momobot, a social robot for remote communication, made by Ye Yuan and Qiao Jin from University of Minnesota. So congratulations. So due to the kind of significant difficulty to give the physical gift to the presenter, so each people choice best award and the people best student innovation contest award receive monetary prize. And the best toy, each best toy award and honorable mention team received the Sony Pulse 3D wireless headset sponsored by Sony Interactive Entertainment. So congratulations again.
And we will be following up with the winners later to figure out how to actually get you your prizes.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you, Rio.
I think one more time.
Oh, there's one more slide. My bad.
Yeah. So I just want to highlight, all, I just want to congratulate and thank all teams. So these are kind of 12, teams from the Student Innovation Contest. Thank you so much for the awesome demo and also Student Innovation Contest contribution. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks to all the teams. I really enjoyed going to see these all of yesterday. Okay, so now we are going to move into the final kind of thank yous for the conference. So I'd like to just start, as we did in the opening, thanking ACM, SIGCHI, and SIGGRAPH for supporting the conference, and as they have for quite a large number of years. So thank you to them, and then also to our sponsors, our platinum sponsor, Facebook Reality Labs, our silver sponsors, Adobe, Apple, and Autodesk, and our bronze sponsors, Intel, Intuitive, Microsoft, and the Toyota Research Institute. And then I especially want to thank all the members of the 2021 team. And I'm basically just going to go through all of them because I think, unlike in a physical conference where I think in most cases as a member of the team, you get some, visibility. I'm not sure that you get quite as much visibility here in the virtual conference. So I just kind of want to go through everyone and thank each of them. Hopefully this will go relatively quickly, though there are 49 people who contributed. So it's not a small number. But and they're also, I should say, in no particular order. So, but I do want to start by thanking the Web and Design Chairs, Toby Lee and Jane E. They definitely started working on WIST 21 a lot earlier than most people to get the website up and to do all of the great design that we have on the website, but then also went into ultimately into the Zoom backgrounds and these slides and all sorts of things. So thanks very much, Toby and Jane. Our publicity chairs, Ali Fraser and Minsuk Chang, who also have been working on the conference from very early on in terms of getting a bunch of our posts out and advertising in all sorts of various places. So thank you. Our registration chairs, Sai Swaminathan and Pascal Fortin, who did an amazing job, especially recently getting our CVET registration site set up and in dealing with all the different registration issues that we've had along the way. Our sponsorship chairs, Lydia Chilton and Chris Harrison. I don't think we quite doubled our sponsorship from last year, but definitely it was up a decent amount. So thank you very much for all your efforts and helping the conference get into the black. Our accessibility chairs, Rulin Wang, Dhruv Jain, Amanda Swearingen, they did a ton of work. Accessibility has been a big focus of this conference. I didn't really talk about it as much probably as I should have in the opening, but we've had live captioning for all the paper sessions, all the plenary sessions, sign language interpretation for these plenary sessions as well. A ton of work went into getting the PDFs accessible, including finding a professional service to do that for the final versions of papers. So really appreciate all the work that they've done here. And I'm sure I just left out a bunch of other accessibility related stuff that's super important. So thank you all for your efforts. Also, our diversity chairs, Nur Al Hamdan, sorry, failing to talk, and Eunice June, who have done a great job. And also, I want to call out one thing that they are in progress on doing right now, which is that we are doing a study of gender and submissions. So one thing we're missing, and it's been asked for a number of times, is like, what are the gender-related statistics for submissions to the conference? We don't have any data about that because it's not something that's asked for in PCS when you submit. And of course, it's pretty difficult to guess at gender from names. So they're working on a survey-based approach to attempt to figure this out. And if you've submitted to WIST in the past, you may see surveys from them. You may already have seen surveys from them. So just something to keep in mind. That's an ongoing effort. Our sustainability chairs, Chris Clark and Kelly Whitticks, who are, among a number of things, are in charge of the post-conference survey, which is going to go out maybe by the end of this week, if not early next week. Definitely please follow up and fill that out. We would definitely appreciate all of your feedback. And then, of course, want to thank our program chairs who have already showed up a couple times. Michael obviously just chaired the closing keynote. Did a tremendous amount of work, obviously, in organizing all parts of the paper process, but also helping as well with some of the rest of the program. Also, there was Gerard Laput, who served as the program technology chair, and also the Ali Saivi and Shweta Rajaram, who were assistants to the program chairs, made sure that the whole program process went well. There's a lot of other chairs that participated in various parts of the program. We just saw the demo chairs, Alexander An and Jun Nishida. There are the posters chairs, Adam Forney, Jian Kim. The student innovation chairs, we just saw Rio, but also Nick Marquardt. Also, big thanks to our visions chair, James Egan. I think visions, of all the things in the program, is probably one of the harder ones to bring about, because I'm sure that people are a little bit apprehensive about submitting to visions. It's kind of maybe a bigger, scary thing, and also I think it was a little bit harder to entice people to present for a virtual conference. But I thought Ken's presentation in particular was great, and James, thank you for pulling that together. Our doctoral symposium chairs, briefly showed the doctoral symposium a second ago. Zhang Chen, Vidya Settler, and Scott Clemmer definitely seemed to pull together a great event. And I liked some of they can tell you more about how that was scheduled, but there were some, I thought, interesting kind of fireside chat sessions and things that seemed cool in that. Our Lasting Impact chair, who chaired the Lasting Impact session yesterday, Wendy Mackay, thank you very much for pulling all of that together. I thought that was a great session. Our proceedings chairs, they have done a ton of work. Anhong and Peggy, this year we switched from having all of our proceedings go through Sheridan to TAPS, and boy, that was a big change. We no longer had any institutional memory about how that worked, and but definitely we pulled all of this together. I'm super happy, and thank you for all of the work that you did in making that come through. Our data chairs, Thomas Longerak and Julian Gorey, they made the fact that registration could get linked directly into the program site. That was not a small amount of work, and also getting all the content out of PCS and into the program and to our Zoom professionals, so that almost all of the videos showed up correctly. Tremendous amount of work by both the data chairs. Thank you very much for doing that. Also, our video and video previews chairs, obviously almost the entire conference is video, so they had their hands in basically everything that happened at the conference. Karan, I'm sorry, I should have asked how to pronounce your name in advance. Karan Ahuja, Sven Meyer, and Young Yu Shin. We had our Discord chairs, Jesselyn Alvina, also goes by Sally, and Jotaro Shigeyama. Obviously, Discord, also an incredibly important part of the conference, and they put in a ton of work to get that set up and ready for y'all. Our student volunteers chairs, Jingyi and Lisa. I mean, they obviously also did a ton of work, but I think the one thing I would say about them is that I never had to ask any questions about what was going on here. It just worked, and that's great when you're running a big organization, to just have something that you don't have to worry about at all. It went great, and then of course they managed 40 student volunteers. Here are all the student volunteers broken down, it appears, by different categories and different places where people worked. So thank you also to all the student volunteers. Everything worked super smoothly at the conference, and I'm sure it was entirely because of all of your efforts. So thank you very much for that. I really want to recognize our treasurer, Scott Carter, who basically, nothing for the conference would work without Scott. Certainly managed the relationship with ACM and getting everything so that it was paid for appropriately. And of course, unfortunately, Scott and I still have some work to do in closing out the budget, and all of those things still to go. I want to thank our social events chairs, who took on a very broad scope, figured out a bunch of amazing things to do, pulled together the Ask Me Anything sessions, the meetups, the lightning talks, lots of great stuff. Great work by Michael, Janine, and Doa. And then very finally, this is the last one. Want to really extremely thank our digital participation chairs, Frederick, San, Amy. All three of these people are essentially co-general chairs of the conference, along with me, put in an incredible amount of work helping figure out how we were even going to run the conference, all the new features that we added, the Q&A docs. I don't actually remember who came up with that idea, but that was an amazing idea that I think really supported Q&A. And so, if you see these three people anywhere, maybe at a future physical conference, or you can even on Discord, please thank them very much. It's largely due to them that the conference ran as well as it did. I do want to give one last minor thing, not a minor thing, just an additional above and beyond award, because I think Frederick, who I would say was almost a co-general chair of the conference for sure, handled a ton of the organization and took on a ton of responsibilities, helped make a lot of things work super well. And so Frederick, thank you in particular very much. With that, so thank
Jeff,
you to all the
forgot
attendees. Oh, Michael, you want to say something?
To add a slide, I'm sorry, I have to invent an award here. I will name it the "Oh Captain, My Captain" award. And I wanted to thank you, Jeff, for leading us through this. Has been fun. And off I am again, but I think you forgot this slide.
I forgot the "Oh Captain, My Captain" slide. Yeah. Well, thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. So, and thank you to all the attendees, everyone, for coming. Really appreciate that. I thought this was an amazingly successful conference. Very much thanks to all of you being here. And with that, we will close out WIST 2021. And on to WIST 2022. So I think we should have Jake and Manish here to tell you more about that.
Thank you, Jeff. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with a few slides. And Manish is here.
Hey, everyone.
The slides coming through?
Yep.
Okay. So this was great. Awesome job, everybody. Huge group effort, clearly, for WIST 21. And we want to look ahead with you now to get you excited about WIST 22, which will be held from October 29th to November 2nd. And the location, for those of you who haven't heard, is going to be in Bend, Oregon, which is a real up-and-coming city in the high deserts of Central Oregon. We'll talk about that more in a moment. Before we go further, though, I also have a thank you slide, taking the hand off from Jeff as general chair and our program chairs, Ranjita and Michael, and everyone that Jeff just acknowledged. Thank you very much for running a terrific WIST 21. As Jeff said, I am Jacob Wobrock. I'm at the University of Washington, and Manish Agarwala is my co-general chair, and he's at Stanford University. So for better or worse, you're stuck with us for next year. And we've already begun building our conference committee, including wonderful program chairs who've agreed to step up and fill these roles. Vidya Settler from Tableau Research and Itan Adar from University of Michigan. So we're in great hands with them, and they'll be looking to build the program committee. You'll hear about how you can volunteer in just a moment. And we are all extremely excited, and we hope you will be too, because we are aiming for an in-person conference in Bend, as I said. And there's lots of excitement. A lot of people have been communicating to us about the possibility of getting back together face to face. We all are feeling like we've been apart from each other for a long time. And so we're yearning for that. At the same time, safety and health is our first priority. So that will be always front and center. And there'll be things we have to figure out around that, of course. We're also planning to keep certain key elements of a virtual conference in place so that for people for whom it's difficult to travel, or where hopefully not anymore, but COVID restrictions still apply, then there'll be ways to access the conference in certain key virtual ways. But largely we're aiming to get back together, and we hope that we'll be able to, and we hope you're excited about that prospect as well. And Manish will say a little bit more about the venue. Here's a map to Bend, Oregon, in case you haven't located it on the map yourself yet. Manish, over to you.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, so we're happy and excited to host the conference in Bend. It's a beautiful location, and we really hope that the location will entice you all to come out. It's got breathtaking scenery. It's in the high desert. If you haven't visited a high desert, it's pretty amazing. Mountains nearby, rivers, pine forests, lots and lots of outdoor activities. In the last decade, Bend has really grown tremendously, and it's one of the hottest new destinations on the West Coast of the US for both work and play. And in case you're worried, we've also checked on the air routes. Bend is very easily reachable with flights from all major Western US cities. So it won't be too difficult to get there. As you see here, it's located really in Central Oregon. We also have this short video to help you get really excited about going to Bend. All right.
Oops, sorry. I messed up.
So that's Bend.
Let me share the screen one last time. We'll get back there, sorry. Okay, our last slide here. There we are.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So as you saw from both Jeff and a little bit from Jake, putting on a conference like this is really a team effort. If you are interested in serving on either the organizing conference committee or the program committee, please reach out to us. We've heard from a few of you already, but we're always looking for more people to join us in putting on this conference. For the conference committee, you can email Jake or myself at the emails listed on this slide. For the program committee, you can visit this URL that's given here. The QR code on this slide will also take you to that URL, and you can email the program chairs. And with that, we'll see you in Bend. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, that's it from us for now. See you next year. Jeff, back to you. Not sure there's anything left.
Nothing else to say. Go home. Oh, wait, you're already home. I don't know what to do.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy the rest of your day, however much or little of it there is left. And also, wait, actually, don't leave, because the Haptic SIG is still coming up. There's still a social hour. And I think there's a Who to Chat session as well. All of those have probably technically already started because we're running 15 minutes late here, but please go check out all of those. And after that, enjoy the rest of your day, no matter how much or little is left. Thanks again.